It's Friday. It is Friday here at Coffee and Headlines. I am so excited that the week is almost over. It is a pleasure to be here with you, though. Today is Friday, July 15th. The rent is paid. The bus tickets are printed. The concert tickets are printed. I am ready to go to Guadalajara tomorrow morning. And how are you this morning? It is Coffee and Headlines that you've stumbled upon. And as you know, Coffee and Headlines is where we get together to take a look at headlines from our city, state, and country. We take a look at your comments, your ideas, and your suggestions about how to have an awesome life here in Puerto Vallarta. As a community of English-speaking locals today, I'm sitting here with Luna, who I cannot share with you because, again, I'm waiting for a special magical box that will allow me to connect everything to like we used to have before. So I'm excited. I'm excited about this, and I am excited about, oh my goodness. Let's see. I see all kinds of wonderful comments. I'm going to wait until comment time to look at your comments. But of course, I'm going to encourage you to let us know that you are new. If you are new here, you can just write the word new, and we will give you a nice little welcome. If you have something really important that you wish to share with us and you don't want us to miss it, please add a capital letter Q at the beginning of your comment, and we will be so very happy to take a look at it. We have news. We don't have a lot of news today, so we're going to ramble a little bit, and we're going to play a game that I'm calling Fill in the Blank Friday. There you go. Not very original, but it is what it is. Let's get started with the news and take it from there. And hopefully you are in a chatty mode because we're going to be looking for chatty opportunities later on in the broadcast. Bam! So we recently announced improvements currently in progress at the 20 de Noviembre Elementary School in Puerto Vallarta's El Centro neighborhood. And in the announcement, we mentioned that education authorities indicated that the improvements would be ready in time for the next school year, which begins in August. And of course, parents of some of the students came out and said, that is not going to happen, because apparently they had a meeting with the school officials, and the parents of the students were told, no, it's not going to be ready on time. But it sure looks good and sounds good when a government official says that things will be ready on time. Doesn't it sound good? Yes, Snarky Friday is in session. There's also a nice video out there that was published by Mayor Michel, a short video that shows the advances along the road to Colonia Buenos Aires, which, as we know, was severely damaged last year, almost a year ago, actually, during the arrival of Hurricane Nora to our bay. It has taken a while to recover access, but it's good to see that the work is closer to completion. We can take a close look at this video, which I'll include in the show notes, of course, and you'll be able to see for yourself how things are looking over there. I'm excited because I haven't been in that part of the city much, and we have dear friends that live out there, so it'll be nice to know that the access is being restored. And then there's the freaky cloud. I read about this yesterday, and I thought to myself, nah, this is not coffee and headlines material. But then I saw so many news outlets that reported it, I figured I might as well bring it in. Apparently, this freaky cloud scared the bejesus out of the nice folks that live in the coast of Tamaulipas. It showed up at the coastline yesterday, and there's a bunch of videos online of it. As it turns out, I did a little bit of research this morning, and this is what people in the know call an arcus cloud, which is a low horizontal cloud formation, usually appearing as an accessory cloud to a cumulonimbus. Talk about a word that I've read many, many times, and I could even point at one if I saw one, but I never had to say that word before. Who knew? Anyhow, these types of roll clouds and shelf clouds are the two main types of arcus clouds. They most frequently form along the leading edge of gust fronts, or thunderstorms. But it looks rather spooky if you ask me. It looks like a science fiction movie and something horrible about to happen. Or maybe I've been watching too many superhero movies. I'm not sure. But in case you're wondering where Tamaulipas is, we have a map. And why not? Tamaulipas is close to the border with Texas, I believe. It's in the northern part of the state. And now let us take a quick look at the weather just to see what's in store for this weekend. P.S. It's going to rain. Yep, it's raining, says Snarky Weather. What do you want me to do about it? You know what I want you to do about it is let it keep raining, because we certainly need a lot of rain because of the drought that is taking over some of the northern states in our country. But locally, right now, it's 25 degrees. It's a little cooler than yesterday, but just a little. Feels like 28. Humidity is at 82%. There's a 33% chance of rain right now. And our temperature in Fahrenheit degrees is 77. If you're wondering what things are going to look like for the weekend, well, today is going to be a humid and rainy day with a high of 30 and a low of 24. Tomorrow, Saturday, as we ride the bus to Guadalajara, we are going to have a rainy and humid day through the day with a high of 30 and a low of 25. And then on Sunday, rain and humidity throughout the day with a high of 31 and a low of 24. And this is what we have in store. In case we doubt some of these forecasts, I can tell you that even the National Weather Service is coming in and mentioning that, hold on, let me get this set up. Bam, there it is. Even the National Weather Service is saying that we can expect heavy rains in our state during the day in the state of Jalisco and surrounding areas. And this should be something interesting to see today. I certainly hope we get a fair amount of rain. And moving right along with what we have in store for you today, I believe it is show and tell time. Oh no, I have a quick event that I want to share with you before we move on. I saw this in the Art Vallarta Facebook page. They have an oil painting class going on, and it's an ongoing class, and I was reminded of all the wonderful learning opportunities that Art Vallarta has in store for us. Perhaps not as much of a selection during the summer months, but still Art Vallarta has opportunities, learning opportunities if you want to work on your creative side. I am going to leave you not only with the link to this particular one, but also a link to the Art Vallarta events page where you can learn about other learning opportunities that you can find there. And we are reminded that Art Vallarta is now two separate entities. On the one hand, we have the beautiful museum that we visited a couple of times, where they have these wonderful get-togethers on the first Saturday of every month. But the original Art Vallarta in Amapas is still there, which is a beautiful art center where there's all kinds of opportunities for us to learn something new and creative. And now I want to, yesterday we talked about some photographs that our dear friend Carmen Porra sent us of her cooking class. As you know, Oculto had a chiles en nogada class, and here we see some of the happy students properly decked with their gift aprons, about ready to start the class, I suppose. And then there's this other image that shows some of the students getting ready to get busy in the kitchen, which is absolutely wonderful. Oh no, I'm not even showing you the photos. Let me start again. My bad. There you go. That's better. So there you go. Happy students sitting around, waiting to get started, wearing their aprons. Then students actually in the kitchen. And that's the beautiful thing about the Oculto space. The kitchen is exposed. It's right then and there. So it's a perfect kitchen for teaching. And then you see some of the folks prepping what looks to be part of the picadillo filling, or the stuff that goes inside of the chiles. And then, of course, we have the stuffed chiles ready to be served with the beautiful nogada sauce on top of them. And we see, of course, all the attendees enjoying their hard work at the dinner table. Carmen has announced that another class will be scheduled in August. And of course, it'll be a lot of fun to attend if you are into learning how to cook. And chiles en nogada are really labor intensive, so you will definitely get an appreciation of all the hard work that goes into play for us to enjoy this delicious traditional Mexican dish. And of course, Carmen will have a special discount for Coffee and Headline viewers, and we appreciate that very much. And before we get into our Friday game, one more photograph that showed up at my inbox. This came from Christy Frederick, whom we love because of all the work that she puts to good use in terms of rescuing animals. And she reported, I believe yesterday or the day before, that she had a new project, a new patient, a new adoptee, a baby, tiny little squirrel that was found on the ground, weighing a mere 54 grams, said Christy. So she has a way to go in terms of growing up and recovering. But according to Christy, she's doing well. She's very strong. And Christy, I so appreciate when you give us a glimpse at your wonderful life doing animal rescue and animal nourishment. And that serves as a reminder, folks, if you ever want to share with us some photographs of what keeps you busy, what keeps you inspired, it is always a pleasure to look at the photographs that you share with us and share them with the rest of the cluster. And of course, I want to remind you, before we start looking at our game of the day, that we have our very own get-together this coming Thursday at Whiskey Kitchen. And I'm looking forward to that because it's always fun to meet new friends, and I hope you can attend. We will not be doing, well, I'm doing a reminder right now, but I will be doing many, many more reminders next week in anticipation to that. And now, before we get into your comments so far, let me throw this in just because we can. Let's play Money is No Object Light. And the question is, if I had 10,000 pesos to spend in a Puerto Vallarta business and I only had 30 minutes to spend it, I would spend it at blank. Where would you spend 10,000 pesos in 30 minutes in Puerto Vallarta? Let me volunteer that given the current weather, I might walk into the nearest air conditioning store and spend 10,000 pesos on a mini split. But I don't know that I want to deal with the electrical bill afterwards. And because I rent my apartment, I cannot spend my money in solar panels. But let me know what you spend your money. Maybe in 30 minutes I could have a quickie at one of the stripper bars. No, I don't think so. I could also spend 30 minutes at Costco, actually. But anyhow, share your 10,000 pesos to spending at Puerto Vallarta business, and you only had 30 minutes to spend it. Where would you spend it? And maybe even volunteer why. So before we go there, I'm looking at some of your answers. I love it. Let me start looking at some of the comments that we have so far. And I'm so glad you guys are enjoying the game. Yay. I see a lot of good mornings. I have background music just for fun. If it's too loud, let me know and I'll turn it down. Let's see. More good mornings. More good mornings. Tommy, we're going to Guadalajara. Yay. I am ready. I am ready. I just need to pack my backpack. I'm not even bringing a suitcase because we're just going for a few hours, but it'll be so wonderful. Let's see. Gary says, need to go to the site and renew. If you didn't get a renewal reminder, Gary, let me know and I'll make sure that I make the proper connections. But thank you for being a supporter of Coffee and Headlines. Much appreciated. Angelica, you came up in conversation yesterday because we were talking about the beautiful bay where you have your little home. And the name of the bay, of course, escapes me because I'm a pothead. But somebody was wondering if you have it on Airbnb. Melake, I believe. If you do have it on Airbnb and are looking to rent it, feel free to drop me a line because I know of some people that might be interested in going to spend a little hideaway time in that neck of the woods. Let's see. Karen is enjoying the cool weather after the rain. Oh, absolutely. And it rained beautifully last night. If you were not in Puerto Vallarta, we were blessed with a great shower. Let's see. Oh, we have a new person. Yes, Jennifer. Everybody say welcome to Jennifer, please. Jennifer, welcome to Coffee and Headlines. It is a pleasure to have you here. I hope. Yes. It is a pleasure to have you here. I hope you make all kinds of connections. Let us know what you're looking for. And if we can point you in the right direction, we will. If you are a tourist, we may not have enough resources for you, but that's okay. Let's see what else we have. Oh, there you are, Christy. Keep sending all those photographs and videos my way. I just love what you do. Let's see. Harold volunteers restaurant recommendations in Guadalajara. Harold, I appreciate that, but I tell you, we're barely going to have 2 meals, maybe 3. And I know that one of them, I want to take Tommy to the birria places in Las Nueve Esquinas. Unless Tommy says to me, no, I don't want to go there. In which case, we may go somewhere else. But thank you very much for the recommendations. Even some of the restaurants that you mentioned during my last trip, we didn't get around to going to them. But thanks anyway. Let's see what else. Oh, no. Christy is also looking after a baby raccoon. How wonderful is that? I tell you, I'm just smitten with all this activity. Let's see what else we see. Thank you very much for that, Doug. And I appreciate that very much. I'm looking forward to a good getaway. And yes, I remember, Mark, you mentioned that your wife was taking the class. I hope she had a good time. And I also hope you had a wonderful birthday. I really, really do. Let's see what else we have. And of course, Tommy was at the class as well. It was a wonderful class, and I look forward to recreating this delicious menu at home. I highly recommend a cooking class at Oculto. Tommy, if you're gonna actually go through the challenge of making chiles en nogada, let me know. I'd love to be your guinea pig. Oh, and speaking of guinea pig, before I forget, here's my pothead moment this morning. My question to you is, what will the eggs that I overboiled taste like? I was hard boiling 2 eggs before Coffee and Headlines this morning. I was going to throw them into a salad and I forgot about them. And all of a sudden, like 30 minutes went by and I thought to myself, oh shit, I was boiling eggs, and I went to the eggs, and they still had a little bit of water, but one of them actually popped. And I'm going to try them in a little while. But if you have had this dizzy moment in your life before, and you went to try your hard-boiled eggs that you overcooked and they tasted horrible, please let me know so that I can spare myself a miserable moment. Let's see what else we have. Sean says, Luna was just strutting behind me. I'm not surprised. She will get her Luna cam back as of Tuesday, maybe Wednesday at the latest. So I'm excited. And now we get to your comments on where you would spend 10,000 pesos. Gary says Liverpool. I love it. I think I could spend 10,000 pesos in Liverpool. Joe says Whiskey Kitchen. That's a lot of food, but that sounds tempting too. Collectica, says Albert Friss, and Collectica would be a great place to spend it. It's a beautiful art gallery, but Galeria Dante would be fun as well. But I think I may have to side with Brian because, Costco, you can find things that you want and you can find things that you need. Sue, you made me laugh when you mentioned Galerías El Triunfo because, well, we've been there. And we saw how kitschy and crazy and fun that store is. Alan says art gallery or glassware. I love it. Oh no. Kelly says straight to the casino. I've never been much of a gambler myself. I've never had the curiosity to do it. And only once did I play with a slot machine. It was in Las Vegas. And New Year's Eve 2000, me and my partner at the time went to go see Barbara Streisand, and it was a trip from hell. That's all I'm gonna say. Let's see. Tommy says an outdoor rattan furniture store. Any recommendations? Yes. Oh my God. It's What's Her Face's store. And I should remember her name. But Tommy, just nudge me on the bus tomorrow, and I'll have a recommendation for you. Logan says Liverpool for new sheets, towels, and lamps. I love it. Cassandra Shaw, another great store. I love it. I love the fact that, oh my goodness, a washing machine. I could get a new washing machine. I could get a washer and dryer, actually. Rod has the common sense that I should have. He says La Comer and stuck up on food, wine, and tequila. I wouldn't get tequila. I would get rum, but that's just me. Oh, okay, my bad. Angelica is at Punta Perula and not Melake. But hey, girl, if your house is available for Airbnb and you want to let us know, please let us know. And let's see, what else do we have? No, you shouldn't drink 10,000 pesos in 30 minutes, honey. You would die. You would die. No. You would not want to do that. Lots of welcomes. Thank you very much. Ramona says, I would take all my friends to a local restaurant with drinks and food and give them some cash for them to spend. That is such a sweet thing to do. May I recommend Oculto? That way you would have a private dinner with your friends. Of course, you could go to any restaurant that you want. Let's see what else. Love the cartoon pic with Luna on your head with top hat. We create those using something called Bitly, which is an addition to your chat where you can design your own character, and then once Bitly knows what you look like, you can then summon variations of the character. So there you go. Not even timing Guadalajara to go to the Van Gogh Expo. Well, Harold, I think it got such bad reviews that I don't know that I would even want to go see it anymore. But maybe it's good after all. Great work on the pronunciation of that. Cumulonimbus. It's Latin. I should not have gotten stuck because Latin is supposed to be easier for Mexican tongues, Spanish-speaking tongues anyhow. Ba-dum, bum, 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 bum. Um, oh, oh, oh. They're going to taste of sulfur, cut them up, and feed them to a puppy. Thank you. Okay. But then Mark Jennings says they should be fine. They're going to taste kind of rubbery. I don't mind rubbery. I was going to throw them in a salad. How bad can it be? Um, you know, Logan, you just gave me a great idea. If I had 10,000 pesos to spend in a local store, I might actually not go for a store. I might actually go for an Airbnb and have a wonderful 2 day staycation. But why do I know? Let's see. Christy says, I am not seeing about 90% of the comments. Any thoughts? I maybe the comment machine is broken. Um, and that would be a Facebook thing. I really don't have an answer for you. And I think we are pretty much at the end of today's adventure. Yesterday, I went walking for my pre-trip errands. So I took a nice walk around Colonia Versalles and Colonia Díaz Ordaz. I went to a couple of stores that I hadn't been to, not a couple of stores. Well, yes, I visited a couple of shops that are new to the neighborhood. I went along some streets that we hadn't uh, visited in a while. So that's what tomorrow is going to be about. I am seeing all your comments about not seeing comments. And again, I apologize. This would be a Facebook thing, not so much a Paco thing. But this is what we have for today. As always, I thank you for your company. Tomorrow, again, pre-recorded so that you guys can have an opportunity to catch up and say all kinds of fun things. And I'll see you back on Monday. So have an amazing weekend. Stay happy, stay kind, nurture our local businesses as much as you can. I'm sure they appreciate the business. And stay in touch. And hopefully, if all goes well, we'll be here on Monday with all kinds of Guadalajara stories and symphony stories. Have a good one.